we just had Ancients, so it's if not 2 weeks from now, maybe 4 weeks from now. What the hell am I doing? I was gonna do something very. Oh, thank you for coming through with the Prime. Angel of Death 82. Thank you. If you have Amazon Prime, you could link it to Twitch and get one free Twitch Prime sub a month to get to your favorite streamer. And you also will get ad-free viewing, which is amazing. All right. Dungeons. Let's see. Dragon. Skull Crusher, Maneater. You know, as far as Maneater goes, I've never been able to time him to work correctly. I actually have found him to be pretty frustrating to use. This guy has Carnage already. Yeah, I thought that until I got him, and then I was just like, oh my god. But anyways, welcome in if you are on YouTube. We're streaming now on YouTube. What do we want to do? Let's do... Krask? I don't have Krask. You mean Trisk? Rosgard? I don't have any of those teams. Any of those characters. I don't have any of those characters. We'll do live arena. I got a bunch of stuff to do. This means I win, probably. Get wrecked. Boy, that was really fast. Oh, we got more. Look at all that. All right, let's go back in there and do some more of that stuff. Oh, it'll just run, right? Okay, cool. Yeah, it'll just run with that extra energy we just got right now. Fantastic. I was working on getting funds to get He-Man. I already have Skeletor. Okay. Yeah, Krisk. Yeah, Krisk is pretty good. I do not have. I would really like Krisk. Working funds to get He-Man. I already have Skeletor. Skeletor is fun. He-Man's fun. You know what? Let's just let them have it. I give up pretty easily in Live Arena. Yeah, Krisk is kind of bonkers for those type of combo teams, reducing cooldowns and that kind of stuff. Okay. Hmm. Hello, Alex Gonzalez. Welcome in. How are you doing today? We're playing Raid. We're doing live arena and farming dragon in the background. And what are we gonna do after this? I think I've got a dungeon. I need to sell. I need to do some gear selling through RSL Helper. Um, I got some faction wars to do. We're doing offer reviews, roster reviews, not offer reviews, roster reviews. If anybody needs one, if I haven't done one for you before. Wow, that's fun. Hmm. It's not going to do anything. Where are you going to kill him? Better use your basic. Rip Alice. You'll take one? If you, the best way to do that is to connect on Discord. So I don't have a way of you adding me. So the best way to do that is to pop into my Discord server. Yeah, send the Discord to my Discord server and at me inside my Discord server, and then I'll add you as a friend. And we'll do it. Oh, okay. Well, it's fine. I mean, the purpose of me doing these is that I like making videos that other people can watch and get something that'll help them. And if everybody can, two eyes are better than one. If I could look at it, people in chat can look at it, and then we can say, oh, okay, do this, and then maybe there'll be a message or a different way or a better way, probably a different way of approaching the game. It's kind of the general idea. But I'm not trying to pick on anybody, unless you want me to. All right, Batman, we'll do yours because we've connected before. Fantastic. I guess we've missed a couple times. That's perfect. All right, I'm gonna do Batman's first because he's asked me before, but I can do yours after his. All right, let's see. Do these work? Or okay, let's see. All right. If I could kindly ask you to retype that. And then we'll do it. Boy, this is his only damage dealer? Let's get rid of that. Or if it's exactly the same, that's fine too. It's just like sounds like you weren't sure. You're worthy. We're all worthy. The only people that are unworthy is like these 40 million accounts where that are perfect. It's like, yeah, you can teach me how to play the game. Yikes. SLC, if we're friends on Discord, I could type it in a message to you. It's kind of hard to, it's not hard to explain, but it's a door that I don't want to open. Okay, well, thanks for playing. Where's the fun in those accounts? Yeah. Yeah, I feel, and the guy knew, he knew that I knew, and I went, and then I was like, and I was about ready to type it to him, and he typed it out, and I was like, yeah, I could tell he knew that I knew. Thank you. I'm almost done with my live arena. Batman Who Laughs, I sent you a message. Just let me know if it looks like everything's in there, but that message was almost a month old. I want to make sure that everything there is correct. Okay. Oh, Batman left. Yeah. Yeah. The long and the short of it is essentially that was a bot account. A bot, well, both words, BOT, BOUGHT. He bought BOUGHT a bot BOT account. Clear as mud? Yeah. Yeah, and I knew what it was right away. I was like, "Oh, I don't know if I want to open the door to that conversation in a video." Yeah. Okay, there we go, Batman. All right, so I only need to get, well, this is easy. I only need to get one more win, and then I got to hit the lost buttons on these, and then we'll be good to go. This should be a pretty easy match if I can get the lockdown early. Batman, I'm surprised you don't have a Batman avatar on Discord. I'm just saying. Oh, yeah, Predator's bonkers. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Back at ya. All right. Hmm. Let's see. Let's do this and delete him. Let's perma delete him. A bunch of them are not coming back. All right, so we got the chest, and then I'm just got to lose four matches really quickly. Actually, I'll do it on my tablet. I'll do it on my tablet. I'll do the 4 losses on my tablet, and then I'll load up yours because I can do that here. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Shit. All right, I didn't realize I had those background battles running. Oh well. A little waste of 40 energy, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I'm just not trying to open the door to that conversation. And it's hard to tiptoe around how that account came to be, if that makes any sense, in a video or even on stream. So I was just like, yeah. And this is not the first time that that's happened. I've seen it a couple times. All right, Batman, we're going in. Here it comes. Here we go. Well, even there was someone even in the Marvel Strike Force community that started a new account and they bought a very developed account. And I actually feel like they did themselves a disservice because they had to have been lost. All right, you haven't logged in today, my guy. I gotta click. Oh my, holy pop-ups. Holy fucking pop-ups, stop. All right, the Drowned, 651,000. Been playing the game for... How long have you been playing the game, sir? All right. All right, so I'm not going to leave off this screen I'm going to go for a minute. So these arenas reset on a weekly basis, right? Resets. The arena resets in 12 hours. So one of the key metrics that I look at when I first start a roster review is how much is the player playing the game. So this week you have played a total of 10 arena matches. And I'm pulling up on my tablet right now how many I have played, and I'm going to give you a reference point to activity levels because there is no shortcut to spending or brain power that will ever offset activity level, the amount and time that you play the game. It matters more than how smart you are. It matters more than how much you spend on the game. It is the basic thing of Raid Shadow Legends that it's a time-consuming game. So I'm pulling up my activity level for last week, and I have played 239 wins with 13 losses, where you've played a total of 10 matches. Roster review done. I'm dead serious. There's nothing else to do, man. You got to play the game more. That is the only suggestion I have for you. You have to play the game a lot more. There's no intellect or spending that will offset that. There's no information that I could give you to help your account be better without playing the game more. You have to play the game a lot more. And at a minimum, on a daily basis, there's 2 sets of quests. the daily quests, and then the advanced quests. You have to get through them. It's just that you're not gonna. It's the whole game. I don't know if that makes any sense. There's no substitution. Yeah, there's nothing I could teach you that will offset not playing the game. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but if you've played the game for years and you have a collection power of 651,000, it means you're just not playing the game. So, I am willing to look at it again. Here's my this is what I'll offer you. I will look at it again. And I don't think you need to have 200 and something wins like me. But the next time I look at it, this is the first thing I'm going to look at. It's the absolute first thing I look at when I do a roster review. Is like, are you even playing the game? Not really. Let's look at it. Let's give it a couple of weeks and I'll look at it again. How does that sound? Okay. All yours. Well, you got to play more. Get through your. Get through your advanced quests, your daily quest and advanced quests. I mean, it's just a grind. There's no other way of talking about it. It's just grindy. Somebody else asked me here. Let's do another one. All right, I got you. I just sent Doc. I sent you a friend request on Discord that should be showing up for you. Once you've accepted that, we can go into we can get into the DMs. Okay, it says you accepted my friend request. Oh, no, sir. Okay, I see it. Let me see. Yeah. Is there something for raid I have to get in and then I can ask properly? Yeah. If you're getting through your daily quests and your advanced daily quests and you're not sure what to do next, then focus on the Arbiter missions and just take it from there. There's it's a lot of the game is it's a grindy game, but you just gotta play. Because a lot of the stuff I say won't be helpful at all if you just don't play. Okay. But I'm willing to do it. And I just want to assure you, you are not the first person I've said that to. I've done so many of these, man. I probably have done 100 of these now. It's almost become procedural. Going in. All right, we're going in. All right, Docs has got level 69, nice, 5.32 million. I love these kinds of accounts. I mean, you've played the game. You've got to start. Yeah. Let's see how long you've been playing. You've been playing for 182 days, 6 months. Okay. A couple things we're going to check up first. We're going to check in on some of the. I'm going to be sending you screenshots. Ignore those. They're just for me. It's just kind of like so that I don't forget what's going on. Okay. I'm going to click the Great Hall. What I'm expecting to see here in the Great Hall is a lot of your accuracy done and that you're in gold 5. A lot of your accuracy is done and you're in gold 5. Right? See, I'm telling you what I'm looking for. All right. So you are stuck in the Arbiter missions. Let's see where you are on the Arbiter missions. Upgrade to a Affinity bonus level 9. Yep. You just got to play a lot. Let's take a look. Yeah, you're playing a lot. Yeah, here's some bad news. This is just going to suck, man. This is just going to be like logging in and hitting this, and then hitting up these like this. You could take out this guy, right? You just got to go in. Oh, I got to hit the auto button. You just kind of have to pick off these no defense teams, and it's grindy as all get. What's up, Vampire? You know, I was talking about you this morning with my wife. Strangely. I said, I check out the other raid streamers, and yours caught the most attention to me. No, I was just like, yeah, there's this guy named Vampire that's got this 100 million account. I don't know if it's 100 million, but that's what I told her. 100 million account that's just crazy. No. My wife plays Raid Shadow Legends. And so we were talking about streaming. Yeah, that's what I said. Man. It's like, yeah, I was like, we were talking about other, because you're what I would consider an organic Raid Shadow Legends content creator. I'm technically not really organic. I mean, I was paid to get into the game, played it for 3 months, and I said, holy fuck, I love this game. And then, like, there you go. And so I said, because we were talking about you got destroyed. Oh, well, I tried. Oh, there's H2. Yeah, Vamp. Look at this. We got some heavy hitters in the raid community here. But anyways, I was talking to her about this guy named Vampire. He's got 100 million account. She's like, what? He's like, yeah. All right. Yeah. So back to the roster review. Bad news, buddy. I mean, you just kind of got to get in here and play more. It's going to suck. You're at 3466, which is really high. You know what I would suggest? I would run one guy on defense. You have an amazing team. Run one guy on defense. Batman, you see what I'm who is this? Where are you in chat? Who is it? Type into chat. All right. Have fun, Vampire. But for real, we were talking about you this morning. If she pops in, I know, me and my wife talk about Raid Shadow Legends all the time. There you go, Alex. So my first suggestion is this. Drop off. You don't need to be any higher than 3,200. Right now you're at 3,466. Let this thing drop down to about as close as you can to 3,200. When you approach 3,200, or if you ever drop below 3,200, put a real defense up. But right now, you want to be able to skim that 3,200. That way you can farm the shit out of these tokens right here. You're already in gold 5. You just need to play a lot. So we were talking about this, another gentleman. I've played, I think I'm at 240 something battles for the week. It resets in 12 hours. But it's just going to be a function of sandbagging. Nope, you can do it right there, Tyrum. All right. If you want a roster review, you have to ping me on my Discord server so that I can add you as a friend. And then we can communicate directly on Discord. I'll put the link to my Discord here. Oh, Coriander. Okay. That's a lot to read. I want to continue that conversation, Coriander, because it's interesting to me after the roster review. I think that might be a good conversation to get into. Unfortunately, right now I'm hyper focused on doing this because that is something that I think is important. All right, so that is my first suggestion for you, is to sandbag. And holy shit, you got some nice characters. Like, this is a scary team that you've got right there. Nice. Holy moly. For playing the game for 180 days, that's kind of bonkers. You should feel very lucky. The reason why I said that, Coriander, is that question is not like a simple yes no answer. That's like a whole conversation that would distract me from the task at hand. All right, Alex. So that's my first suggestion, is just so that you can have a more favorable, quicker interaction. I don't know if you watched the stream when I was playing. You may have saw me do like 20 arena matches in a row where I just won like 20 matches. That is my arena experience. I have I have Lady Annabelle only on defense. And does anybody know why I have Lady Annabelle on defense?
Oh, sisters and brothers, lift your voices high, for we praise Lady Annabelle, whose beauty warms the coldest night.
Before we begin, please open your books to D's Nuts, verses 6 through 9. As we
No, that is not most people's arena experience, but he is at 3,400 right now, and I'm suggesting that his experience will get easier the closer you is to 3,200. Now, this is all going to reset tonight in 12 hours, anyways. So, actually, I have a more specific suggestion for you, Alex. Maybe keep it the way it is right now, and then when the server resets, you're going to be at 3,200. You may drop down to like 3,190. I get it. Run up to 3,300 before doing what I said. Run up to 3,300 and then run it down, and then check in it, and then you should maintain a number above 3,300. It's super easy. Yeah, you just got to sandbag. You're at a place where because you gotta up your activity level. Like where you're at is fine, but you could be playing probably twice as many arena battles by doing that. By doing that, that should allow you to double the number of arena battles that you're gonna be able to do quickly. That's the part of it too, is how much time do you want to spend? 60. See, your win-loss rate, if you sandbag, should probably pop up to 95%. Not a general suggestion for everyone. Suggestion for you personally. Got it? Here. It's all right here. This is a playlist. This is my Raid Shadow Legends music playlist right there. Okay. Let's see how you doing with your clan boss. Congratulations. All right, so you're deep into Fusion Land. You're deep into Fusion Land. So you've officially gone, let's say, probably into mid-game. And start working on Chimera, Hydra, Lydia, all that stuff. All right, let's see if your fundamentals are solid with gearing here in a moment. Let's see if you're not stockpiling relics for no reason. You are not. Excellent. So you should be getting Lydia. That's exactly where you should be. You're working on getting Lydia. Okay, let's check your progress on Empress. So you haven't been you've not been religious about playing Empress 100% of all weeks. You're a little bit behind on that. Typically people are getting Empress at about month 9. It's kind of important. For Sand Devil, let's see where you are on Sand Devil, because Sand Devil is usually what pushes people over the top on their gear. Never mind. You've got it. Never mind. Never mind. Delete that information. You've already got it under control. You're good. You're good. Okay, got it. Yeah, you should be further along. It takes about 9 months to get Empress. And you've been playing the game for 6 months and you're at 33 out of 100, so you're a little bit behind. I don't know if it matters that much for your account because you're already running Sand Devil 25. So it does. I don't think it matters. Shogun will happen in time. That's a pain in the ass. That's kind of more of a must do if you want to get Marius thing. I don't know how important that is to go right away. Hard 10. Fire Knight's the hardest of the 4. Ice Golem is also hard, but for different reasons. Okay. Okay. Good. Also, let's go check your event dungeon, because this is kind of an important place too. Cool. Okay. So you can run 24 quite a bit. I think that actually might be pretty good to do. Run 24 all the time, or whenever you have extra energy. You're not participating in an event. All right, let's start putting together a video on this, because I can make this into a video for sure. Yeah, see, 39 Ember Shards in 4 months and do 2 chests a week. That sounds like you're on schedule. Yeah, you're on schedule for that 9 month. And it sounds like the reason why he wasn't getting that many shards is because of his alliance. Yeah, if your alliance is not double chesting some of the lower difficulties, that's going to be challenging. That could be very well be an alliance issue too. All right. Double chesting, right? Double chesting, right? You got to run Minotaur, man. Well, the option, the alternative to Minotaur is spend the 800 gems. I probably ran in the last 4 or 5 days. I probably ran 6,000 or 7,000 energy in Minotaur. Easy. No. 8,000 energy. Pretty sure it's 8,000 energy in Minotaur. Not even kidding. So, but I mean, if you want to just, if you just don't want to waste the time and you're willing to spend, it's 800 gems per character. I'd rather run the Minotaur. Yeah, that sounds about right. You're in one now? Yeah, okay. I'll put it in the video because I think that's helpful for people to have an idea. 6K energy in the Minotaur this week. Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, I get it because that's about enough for to run. It's like 2 characters worth, 3 characters worth, maybe. What the hell am I doing now? I did what I was supposed to. Let's see, I run in my mouth. Let's see, we did this. We talked about that. We talked about that. We talked about that. I'm just looking to see if you've got the fundamentals of gearing down. It does look like you do. Uh-oh, what's going on here? What's going on here? Can I take this up to how much gold, how much silver do you have? No. Hold on. Hold on. Helicopter crash in Brazil? I went in a helicopter once. I'm never doing that again. Died in a helicopter crash in Brazil. 2 helicopters collided over the Rio de Janeiro on Sunday morning and crashed in the city's western zone, killing all 6 people on board, including Tree. Rio de Janeiro military fire department said one of the helicopters crashed on a car dealership where several electric vehicles were parked, igniting a fire that was extinguished. Officials said an investigation was underway to determine the cause of the collision. Tree, who is in Brazil on a world tour, was aboard one of the helicopters that crashed, leaving all the occupants dead. Alternative singer internet person that was listed as one of 6 people on the manifest of the 2 aircraft shared by the source, who said the victims could not be formally identified yet because they were badly burned. The passengers along the side, the Brazilian music producer, Argentine video director, and Argentine YouTube Gasper Prim, known online as Gaspy. One of the helicopters was carrying 5 people and only the other pilot. There were no survivors. Yeah, I think it was 3 years ago. It was for my 10-year sobriety anniversary. We went on a helicopter ride to the Grand Canyon. I'm going to tell you this. I'm good to not go in a helicopter ever again, actually, unless it's needed for a reason. Yeah, I'm not going on the helicopter. Yeah, I think that's kind of like we were talking about skydiving earlier. I'm kind of one and done on skydiving. I mean, I guess I could if I had like sufficient reason. Like if you, Kat, said I need to go skydiving, it's on my bucket list. Yeah, okay, I'll go. Outside of that, I don't think I'm interested not only into skydiving or flying in a helicopter. I would like to go. I like hot air balloons. I've done it twice. I'd love to do it with you, babe. Yeah, okay, good. We're not going skydiving. Yeah, the helicopter thing, I think there was six of us in the helicopter, maybe. I think there were six of us in the helicopter, and I think you and that girl that girl I was sitting next to me started gagging. I was like, oh my God. And I started to be able to smell it. And I was like, oh my God, this right when we were landing, I think I could smell it. It was really bad. Okay. I don't think helicopters are safe. Really? Are helicopters safe? Deaths per million miles. This makes helicopters anywhere to 3 to 10 times more deadly per mile than passenger cars. Commercial jets, in contrast, commercial fixed-wing airplanes have microscopic fatal accident rate, making them drastically safer than both cars and helicopters. 0.1 per 100,000 flight hours, where helicopters are 73 times more dangerous than a commercial jet. Your stats are wrong, my friend. Helicopters are dangerous. They're 73 times more dangerous than a normal flight. No, wait. 7? No. Wait. 7 times more dangerous than a commercial jet. 7 times. 0.7 versus 0.1. 7 times more dangerous than a commercial flight. Oh, fantastic. Higher time by dying in your fridge than a plane. I actually, out of all things that are actually damaging, is swimming pools. Yeah, I'll look that one up. If you want to actually see death rates, swimming pools take the cake. Like, nobody perceives a swimming pool as dangerous, but if you look at the number of fatalities that actually happen in swimming pools compared to, like, the whole thing, it's monstrous. It's ridiculous. Like, compared to, like a gun in your home, a pool is way more dangerous than actually owning a firearm. Yeah, pools are super dangerous. I mean, if you drink and you get drunk and fall in your pool and nobody's around, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's mostly drugs and alcohol related when people die in pools. There's still, I mean, children too, right? All right, we were doing something and we got distracted. Rest in peace, Oliver Tree. I'm sure a lot of people here are not familiar with Oliver Tree. I thought he was interesting. All right, so we talked about Embrace. All right, that's where I was going next. So we're going to look at your speed boots. I don't see anything wrong so far with your gear, my friend. Yeah, this is great. All right, so this is where I would be looking into. This is where I would be looking into your ascension. Where I would be spending your essence is right here. So you can already do Sand Devil 25, and so my suggestion is to jump on every single artifact enhancement Sand Devil event possible. Jump on it. Also, this is a problem. Like the cost. All right, we'll put this in the video. There's like little to no cost in taking this stuff up to 8. Little to no. You have it right here. And Pelops is on your arena team. Okay, yeah, this is going in the video. Let's see if I can build an okay, regearing earlier. Okay. Well, if it doesn't apply to you, I'll still put in the video. It just says a general concept of. I want to make an infographic about it though. Let's see. Hold on, I've got an infographic on this coming up. Is it wrong to run Chimera Hydra on the last day before it resets? Wrong, I don't know. There's something weird about running Hydra that doesn't happen with Chimera, because Chimera is shut down for an entire day, like on Thursday. But there's some weird overlap with the clash points on Hydra that I don't understand. Someone in chat might be able to talk about that. That doesn't happen with Chimera. All right, let's audit this information real quick. I believe this is accurate, but I don't want to post anything that is wrong. So let's look at this together. I believe from when I get from my first run at looking at this, this looks average cost to upgrade Yi to cure levels. So this is based off of silver's used every time do you upgrade, even failed attempts to cost silver. So 6-star average silver. And it's important to do it at 4, 8, 12, or 16 breakpoints, because that's where you'll get an upgrade to a substat or in addition to a substat. 4 is inexpensive. 8 costs between 75 and 100K. 12 is between 305. And then at 16 is where it becomes really a big waste. So pretty much every playable, every piece of gear that's equipped on a character is going to go to 8. As far as 12, oftentimes I will take like the top row only to 12, and then the middle row typically will go to 16. Oh, I'm not sure, Jeff. We'll get there. I'm not sure. I'd have to look. I don't remember that piece of that relic individually without looking it up. Accessories cost more, 30 to 50% more silver than the same level. Oh, that's what it said. Taking gear to 4 is basically free. 8 is cheap. So I started earning 16 is silver. Black hole. Yeah, it's I feel like this is a good thing to talk about. I do want to talk about that coriander. In fact, save those. If you don't, I've seen you type a couple like really good and highly interesting to me questions that unfortunately are not like one word answers. And save them. Maybe cut paste them if you have a way of cut pasting them and then resend them to me. Yeah, no, they're really good questions. I mean, you can put them in here if you want, and people can answer them. But if I'm not addressing them in a video, some of these things I remember being super confusing when I started playing Raid, and frankly overwhelming. And then I figured them out because the general the suggestion that I have for people starting to play Raid is just stick to the Arbiter missions. Play the Arbiter missions, focus on the Arbiter missions, get your daily activities done, get your advanced quests done, stick to Arbiter missions because you're in the tutorial. The Arbiter missions essentially are the tutorial. And a lot of questions, not all, but a lot of questions are answered directly by going through and completing the tutorial. All right, let's bang out this video. I'm going to use the restroom.
I wish I could show them. I wish I was a legendary champion. The legendary champion.
Ooh, I see. Yeah, there is so I've seen what you're describing happen with people that come back to Raid after a long period of time and are kind of like, it's like, ah, wow. And then I've also seen it happen with people that go out and buy established accounts and they're really lost. There is an onboarding process to Raid Shadow Legends when you start an account from scratch. And that is working through the Arbiter missions. The game teaches you how to play the game over a period of 6 months, let's say, or shorter, but let's just say 6 months, right? 6 months. And then you're just kind of, the game incentivizes you to learn certain mechanics and the way the gear works through the Arbiter missions. By the time you get through the Arbiter missions, you have like a general understanding of those things. But if you're coming back to the game after, the Arbiter quests are done, or if you're buying somebody's account and taking it over, it's kind of like catch up. Like it's confusing. I get it. Yeah. And that happened to me a lot because, as a lot of you know, I had an account in soft launch, right? When Raid came out, and I didn't play it. And then I would do a sponsored video, play for 2 days, do a sponsored video, play for 2 days. And then every time I came back, I was like, what the hell is going on? And until I started, I had to start a new account and start from scratch. I don't recommend that. but that's what for me to get the full idea of what was going on, I had to start over essentially. But you don't have to do it that way. Oh, okay. Ninja's good. Ninja's not available. Skeletor's not great. Artor is generally just replaced by Arbiter anyways when you get Arbiter. Maybe. Do I have to make up my mind now? I'm gonna shoot this video right here and then line up another one. Yeah, no, don't worry about it. I've got stuff to do. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it might be fun. But if it's 110, I don't want to go out. It was hot yesterday. 4. Right now it's already as hot as it gets. That's fine. 104 is fine, actually. Yeah, just like we did last time. If we did the same loop, that would be highly enjoyable for me. Okay. We're gonna go down to Toshiba Plaza where the Golden Knights are playing. We were out there last week and it was a blast. So that's what we're gonna do tonight. Just seeing all the people pumped and all that stuff is so much fun for me. Okay, we can take a look at a Global Gaming. So I'm running this review. I had one person ask me, but I don't know, and I add them as a friend, but they didn't. I don't know if someone else wants me to take a look at their account. I got to get you set up on Discord. Only by Gems Inter, so that's a great price. Yeah, that's great. So if you want me to do a roster review, I'm kind of doing first come, first serve. Go to my Discord server and ping me, just at me, say, hey, Mobile Gamer, and then I will add you as a friend. And then we can chat on Discord. All right, but I'm going to do this one right here. Yeah, Ninja, nobody's getting Ninja anymore unless they rerun it. So they've rerun Ninja once, and they reran He-Man and Skeletor once. The rest of the collabs, it's contractual, right? If they have a contract with the person, then they can. But if they don't, and it was a one and done, it's gone. Who knows if we're ever going to get Turtles back or Ninja back or whatever? It's contractual. It's the kind of FOMO is built into these collabs. It's kind of wild. Skeletor? That's good to hear. I've had nothing but bad things to say about Skeletor myself, but that's just me. Oof. Oof. Turtles, man. Oh my God. I hate, you know how like a lot of you play Marvel Strike Force and a lot of you play Raid only, but a lot of us play both. Like Marvel Strike Force tries to manufacture FOMO all the time where these collabs have inherent FOMO built into them, and it's kind of insane. Like in general, most mechanics in Raid Shadow Legends are not FOMO driven. The collabs, holy moly, it's FOMO is all get out. More so than, I'm just saying. Yeah, tag me on Discord and then I'll add you. I'm going to record this right now. All right. It's roster review time. I love doing these. This is going to be a fun one today because the player has got a really good start and is doing an amazing things in the game. And this one is going to have somewhat of a unique suggestions. And I'm going to suggest some things to this particular account that I wouldn't normally suggest for other people to do. So keep that in mind. There's a lot of plays of playing Raid Shadow Legend, and that's the beauty of it. You can play it the way you want to play it. I could give out some suggestions. This guy could say, no, I don't want to play the game that way. It's all up to you, right? So what this is a 5.32 million account that has been playing about 6 months. And the first thing that I check when I do this is if you've used the download link. Norma plus Pelops. Promo code RAID7. This is like the ultimate clan boss team. Use the link in the description. Get Skeletor. People are telling me in my chat right now that they've got good use out of Skeletor, but I haven't myself. Jury's still out. The first thing that I really check is where are they doing in the Great Hall. And when I click this button, before I click it, I said, I hope they've been working on accuracy. I hope they have a high level of activity. And I hope he's in Gold 5. So if you've been playing the game for 6 months, Gold 5 is a good place to be. This right here is a very good start, but the numbers are a little low. When I saw that it said 8 out of 10, that means that he's not completed Arbiter. And I believe you can get through Arbiter faster than 6 months. And I'm looking at it, it's like, wow, 68 and 22. That is kind of a high loss rate. Like I feel like this number should be higher. And then I noticed that he's sitting at 34.55. And so this is a very specific and narrow suggestion. And my suggestion is that this is kind of frustrating when you get up over a certain point. I don't know, it might be different for everybody's roster, but maybe it's at 3,500, maybe it's at 3,600, maybe it's at 3,400, where the opponents just get harder and harder, and there really is no upside to that. And so my suggestion to him was to sandbag and try to float closer to that 3,200 number by getting rid of your defense. So I pretty much always, and I'm talking about always, run a solo Annabelle on defense, just because I like the character Annabelle. But I would be happy with a solo Mavara. She's in my fan list also. Probably, she may even passed up Annabelle as far as my fandom, as far as aesthetics in the game. Looks really good. But what that's going to do is that's going to allow you to carry a lower number and get easier matchups. And easier matchups are going to be a more fun, easier way to play. And the reason why I say that's important is because getting the Arbiter, it's just kind of grindy. And if I look at my activity level, so right now we're approaching the end of the week right now. I went and looked. I had like 250 matches. And right here, this is sitting at close to 90. So you can do double the matches, but I don't know if I'd like doing double the matches if I was always losing or if the matches were taking a long time. So my suggestion for him is, because he's in gold 5, try to position oneself closer to 3,200. And so the way that I typically will start off doing that, when I reset for the week, I get put at 3,200. And then I'll run a full defense until I get to 3,300. And then I will put a single character on defense. And then as long as I'm staying above 3,200, I'm good. And generally I do. But if I drop below 3,200, no, then I go full defense and I prevent that from happening. Want to stay above 3,200 to get the maximum amount of bonuses that you can get. Well, that's not the maximum. It's going to be the maximum except for platinum. I don't even bother with platinum. My goodness. But this is where you get the 22%. And if you're working on getting Arbiter, this is where the 4 points per win is going to matter, because that's what's going to allow this to get to 10. I believe right now he's currently stuck on the mission that goes to 9. And then once he goes from there, the final one, or one of the ones closer to the end, is going to ask him to be close on the 10. Now, the other thing that I want to say is this counts flying through the game. He's doing very well. I went immediately after that and I looked at his clan boss and I was like, I hope he can do it. I hope he can do it. And this is a big deal, being able to sim clan boss, because what that's going to do is going to give a source of access to a modest amount, a small amount. Well, you use your own word, but this is where you're going to get legendary books and sacred shards. And sacred shards are going to open up one of the more fun aspects of the game, and that is chasing the fusions, the fragment summons, and the hybrid fusions, which this guy has been doing. He has Mavara, and Mavara is amazing. One of the better characters we've gotten for a long time, and it's actually a lot of fun. I feel like they run for about 2 weeks. We're finishing up one now. Then we have about 2 weeks off, and then we start another one. And most of my amazing characters in my roster are from those type of events. But being able to do that is a big deal. So where do we go from here? And one thing I want to say is right now, there's an excellent opportunity inside of the event dungeon. The event dungeon features pinpoint gear. I'm in the way here, but pinpoint gear is going to be very important. And what I would suggest for him is to focus on stage 24 at the reduced cost. Other people could focus on, one of where the next one drops up, like stage 21, if you could pull that off. But, these breakpoints, 17 and so on. And the reason why pinpoint is so important is that pinpoint will fill a gap for speed in areas that are somewhat useless. If you see right here, taking advantage of it right here, this is excellent. The reason why this is that a 2-piece pinpoint, and I don't really think there's a ton of value in pinpoint outside of the 2-piece set. The 2-piece set is fantastic. What we're getting out of the 2-piece set is 20 accuracy and 10 speed in a spots potentially that would not have any kind of set bonuses. And that's going to be here exactly where he is in his roster. This is great. Using the ring, using the amulet, or you could even go over here if you get a good piece. But like this ring slot right here generally is not, well, for factually, is not going to give you access to speed nor accuracy, where putting pinpoint there and using a secondary, you can actually get that to work. It's a big deal. This is going to launch an account forward. Absolutely. The next way to launch the account forward is going to be by being able to complete Sand Devil 25. And I went and I was like pleasantly surprised that he is completing Sand Devil 25. Most people are not able to do Sand Devil 25 until they've acquired Embrys. And Embrys is acquired by participating weekly inside of Chimera, and it generally takes about 9 months to get all the fragments here. Now, the thing about this too, and I said, hey, you're at 33 out of 100. You've been playing for 6 months. What happened? Were you just not playing? He's like, no, I was in a bad alliance. You do have to be in an alliance that is double chesting the nodes. Double chesting like Mavara. Double chesting like, Annabelle. It's a boob joke. And never, just ignore me. But you want to be able to double chest the Chimera. That way you can get Embrys shards, right? But because there is a way of solo building Embrys so that you can clear Sand Devil 25. Now, why is that important? The main way and use of the materials that come out of Sand Devil are going to be on boots. The boots. And what we're talking about is spending this essence to ascend right here for that 1 in 7 chance of getting 12 extra speed. If you max ascend, so these pink stars will go all the way up to 6, you're going to have a 45 plus 12 speed boot. And I think that is where one should focus all of their essence and all of their materials that they get from Sand Devil at first. There's other places, but I feel like speed is one of the best stats in the game. And I'm doing that on 6-star primary stat boots. And I'm trying to get that 1 in 7 chance. And then there's also an opportunity right here with the Chaos Dust to rework them. Now this cost escalates. It starts at 3 and then it goes to 4 and then so on and so on. And then it caps out at some point, but it just ramps up and it gets unreasonable. And that you're also going to be able to get that from Sand Devil 25. But what we're looking for here on this particular one is this 1 in 7 chance of getting speed boots. And that's where I would initially put all of the resources, because when I was looking at his roster, and the way that I would go about do that is I would click boots, I would check equipped, and then I would hit rank and rarity, and I would hit 6-star, and then I would be looking for the primary stat of speed. And I also want to consider all of them. And this is just not a large number. This is just not that many. And not many of them are fully extended. This one right here, I'm going to switch sides, is what I'm talking about, a 45 and 12. And I would think that as time progresses, you're going to need a lot more than one of these. This just is not enough to make a lot of use. Lastly, I wanted to talk about this here specifically. Right here, he said he was regearing, so I don't think it applies to his account, but I just wanted to make a general suggestion for everybody. Is right here, you can see this ring has no upgrade. And then when I looked at Pelops, same thing. I saw this one as 15 and this one as 0. I'm going to say that the upgrades to the substats happen at increments of 4. So there's natural breakpoints at 4, 8, 12, and 16. And my suggestion is to only do that. There's no reason to go to 15. Should have left it at 12. Might as well take this up to 4, take it to 8. And infographic here, let's talk about it. The cost of silver is nearly free when you're at +4, about 15,000 silver. When you go up to 8, it's between 75,000 and 100,000 on, it's just very little, right? To go to 8. So like, I'm going to say that any piece of gear that you have equipped should be at 8. The cost is relatively low, 75 and 100,000. Then on characters that are important to you, taking to 12 is a big deal. Like any characters that you're playing in arena, you go 300 to 500,000 to go to 12. I'm going to say that this top row right here, you really don't need to go above 12. Quite often I'm only going to 12 on this top row, depending on how important the character is and depending if I have an excessive amount of silver. 16 becomes what we're calling here the black hole of silver, where the cost just dramatically gets ridiculous. 1.6 million to 2.2 million. And where I'm going to be willing to put that first is going to be in this middle row. It's a strategy where one could do 16s here or 12s, but 16s here first, 12s up here, 12s here. Sometimes I'll go 16 here. For example, if it was a crit damage one, I would consider maybe doing a 16 there. Right here, if I've got resistance or accuracy, I would consider doing 16. At some point, I'm going to take them all to 16 when I have an abundance of silver. But at the start, there's going to be a severe amount of shortage and a bottleneck in silver, which has gotten better now that they don't have a cost to remove gear, which made a big difference in the game. So I feel like this is some very good general suggestions right here. Accessories will cost 30 to 50% more silver. 4, do it early. 8 is great value. 12, big power spike, but costly. 16 is like, my goodness. Some general suggestions here. Upgrade only the gear you plan to keep. Use good rolls and sets worth investing in. Don't chase the 16 on mediocre gear. Just don't do it. Farm, save, invest smart. Taking gear to 4 is basically free. 8 is cheap. 12 is where it starts hurting. And 16 is the silver black hole. Around 2 million per 6-star artifact on average. Yeah. All right. If you haven't done so already, click the link in the description. You get your journey on Raid Shadow Legends started off right with 3 amazing epic support champions. This team is designed around defeating clan boss very early in your Raid Shadow Legends experience. Use promo code RAID7 in the first 24 hours to get Pelops, and you should start off with Narma as well. Skeletor? I don't know. Maybe he's good, maybe he's not. Jury's out. Let me know. Bye for now. Yeah, there's three different pieces of software that I use to play Raid Shadow Legends. The simplest is going to be the new one, Gestal.gg, and then Hell Hades is the primary one that I use. Okay, I'm getting out of your account. Here you go, my guy. Thank you for letting me look at your account. Your account's great. You have a near perfect start to your Raid Shadow Legends journey. I think it's great. Small things. All right, let's send this off to the editor. I feel bad with the idea of just adding you a Discord, but we'll go for it. Nobody's added me. Anybody want to do a roster review? If we want to do another one, you can at me on Discord. I'd be more than happy to. Frankly, the only two, I have no problem doing it on people that enjoy playing Raid Shadow Legends, that are actively trying to be better players at Raid Shadow Legends. I don't particularly, I have not, and I have an aversion to doing roster reviews on accounts that people are not playing at all, or accounts that they bought that were, scripted, botted accounts. I don't like doing those. And then lastly, if someone's got like a billion level account that clearly knows how to play the game, they just want to show off, I don't really like doing that either. I will. I will if I think I could be helpful. But anybody that is new to the game, that is struggling, that is like confused by things, not really sure which way things are going, wanting to play the game more, actively playing the game. I love to look at your account. I love those accounts. I love this last account. I learn something every day from everybody. Like it's like two eyes are better than one. Anything that would be helpful for somebody else to see that they're making, that there are small little tricks and tips to make their gameplays a little bit better. I think it's great. All right. You added me? Okay, there we go. I don't really know who everybody is. I just added somebody right there. All right, I just added 3 people. First come, first serve. Let's go. Oof. When do you move from stats to sets? Frankly, I just started doing it on my account. I think I did it a little bit late, though. It's more than a year. Great question, by the way. All right, somebody added me. I'm just kind of, okay, we got a couple of people here. All right. Hello. So you need, pass. I think when you can comfortably build a 9-piece Mercurial, 9-piece Feral, or 9-piece Protection, or 6-piece Mercurial, or 4-piece Lethal, or 4-piece Toadskid. Those are the critical moments where sets start becoming important. Does that make sense? 6-piece Mercurial, 4-piece Lethal, 4-piece Stone Skin, 9-piece Mercurial, 9-piece Protection, and 9-piece Feral. That's a lot of words. And then to a lesser extent, 5-piece Supersonic. Yeah, if you're putting those sets together and they're so much shittier than what you would normally do, then you don't do it. But there's a lot of value in those sets that I just rattled off. And there's more. I just mentioned the ones off the top of my head. Yeah. Okay. Mr. Thank You Kid. Say hi in chat so I know who I'm talking to in chat. And then we'll get to them. I actually want to do as many as I can to do these today. Kat is out of the house and we're going to be out of town a lot of next week. So I've got some time is what I'm saying. I'll be here. All right. Hi in chat. Tyrone. Okay, we're going in, Tyrone. Are you ready? I'm logging in. All right. We're in Tyrone's account right now. Yeah. It's Ty. Okay. Hi, Ty. Okay, we're going in. Oh, well, you're in Marius? Yeah. So you're at that point. You're okay. Yeah. Fowlerton, you're in that point where it becomes vital to start considering sets over stats on key characters and identifying what you're going to use them for. So if you're taking a support champion into PvE, man, you got to be thinking about Protection and Feral, right? You just got to 9 pieces. If you're taking a champion into, if you're taking that same support champion into Arena, maybe you don't want that. Maybe you want Mercurial. So it becomes where there's characters that are good in many game modes, and they typically, where you're going to use them is going to determine what sets you put on them. It becomes super specialized at that point. Okay, what do we got? Ty. Okay, Ty, 3.2 million. I'm going to be throwing, so you have been playing the game for 264 days. How many months is that? Is that like 9 months? Okay. So the first thing I'm going to check is your Great Hall. I'm going to be checking your activity levels and whether or not you have pushed on accuracy and where you are. So I'm looking for three things when I hit this Great Hall button. Excellent. Excellent. A little low. A little low, but that might be okay. This is great. This means that you have Arbiter. Okay. Great. Perfect. Perfect. It looks great. Okay. Now we're going to go check your clan boss. Make sure you're doing okay there. Excellent. So you're doing fine in clan boss. Excellent. Okay. Congratulations. You are deep into mid game, sir. Deep into mid game. So we're going to now look at your mid game experience. First thing I'm going to check right now is that you are not needlessly hoarding relics, which I see a lot. I sense what you're doing is you're waiting for 100 of each, which I get, and I think that's fine. I think there's two trains of thought on that, and I don't disagree with. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, let's take a look at where you are with Empress. Oof, you have not been playing in Chimera. Which is fine. But this can be. I'll explain why. I think to go to the next state, you're like, first of all, you're crushing it in raid, right? You're doing everything. Let's get rid of all this. All right, Empress. Let's see where you are in Sand Devil, because Sand Devil is where you really push to the next level. All right, yeah. Let's see if you have Godseeker. Yeah, yep. I already know where the next breakthrough that you're going to have in Raid Shadow Legends is getting Empress. You're about 4 or 5 months away. Yeah. You just have to. It's almost a participation trophy in Chimera being awarded the shards for Empress. And the reason why that matters is that there's a solo build that allow you to. There's a solo build for Sand Devil 25. And Sand Devil 25 is so important for these dusts, so important for these. And that's going to really turn your account on fire when you start getting what I call the 45 and 12, where these boots right here become not only 45 speed, but 12 extra speed. It's kind of a big deal. Godseeker, the Godseeker, let's see if you've got Godseeker first. It's a pain in the ass, by the way. You don't have Godseeker. Do you have Godseeker, Obi Jim Kenobi? I'll send you a link to it. I finally got this to work, and I did make a video about this once before, but I was generally unsuccessful in getting through the hardest. It's a pain in the ass. That's the video right there. It's not that easy to do. All right. Okay, so Sand Devil is going to turn your account on. Let's see your overall gear. Excellent. Excellent. No severe problems with gear. taking a quick look at it. Let's take a look at your Arbiter real quick. Yeah, you understand gear. All right, 45 and 12, excellent. Yeah, you've got a 316 speed Arbiter, fantastic. All right, you're a little behind on this. Let's take a look at your roster and see if there's any characters that you've omitted that could be upgraded. Let's change up the music a little bit. It's banana time? Oh, yeah. Oh, man, no. Oh, you got lucky. Oh my, you got a lot of great characters. All right, and then you're also doing the fusions. Okay. I don't know if there's any surprises on this list, but here you go. You have a good roster. Okay. Vogoth? Okay, you're working on him. Okay. All right, let's check to make sure you're not ignoring masteries. I probably don't need to tell you this, but Minotaur, Minotaur. I know it sucks, but just got to bite the bullet. Yeah, I just got to bite the bullet. It's just a pain in the ass. I think a lot of people will say Minotaur for CVC. If you're going to spend any money on Raid Shadow Legends, this is where to spend. And use that money to buy, the gems to buy campaign energy. If you're wanting to spend more than $10 a month, you can buy this. This is a 2-week offer. You can buy it twice a month. The value is nowhere near as good as the $10 offer. The only one that I can solidly advocate for, or whatever you want to say, that, I think this is it is. This is the best deal in Raid Shadow Legends. If you're going to spend, if, respect free-to-play players. Raid Shadow Legends, I believe, has a very good free-to-play game. You can definitely play the game without spending. If you're going to spend $10 in Raid Shadow Legends, this is where to spend it. Okay. It's a good one. It's a good one. Because that's where you're going to make up the difference with Minotaur. It's just Minotaur's a pain in the ass. You got some saved up. Okay. Yeah, hoard your shards, man. Hoard. Wait for the next fusion. Oh, what's going on here? mouse. I don't even know what faction she is. Where is that little mouse? Oh, you had two of them. Did I not understand what was going on? Oh, I went to Shadowkin, not Skinwalkers. I'm a dumbass. All right. I'll put that in the video. How to do that quickly. Well, no, they go in here just like that. It's fine. It's completely reversible. All right. I feel like this is the same video, though, kind of. All right. Good question. We can talk about that in the video too. I don't think there's a reason to empower champions until your faction guardians are done. Once your faction guardians are done, then I think it's a good idea to start empowering your highly used epics. Like you have some really good epics, right? You've got Geomancer, you got Deacon, you got Vogoth. I mean, once you have the faction guardians done, these epics that you're using all the time, whether that's in faction wars or wherever, right? You want to empower them, right? That makes sense. I mean, but I think, but there's no reason to do that. Empowering is not reversible. Empowering, you could use those for food. I'm going to suggest that empowering your Deacon Armstrong is probably better use of those duplicates than using the Deacon Armstrong for food, right? Yeah, I don't think building duplicate. Um, I've only built, as far as epics, the only epic that I've ever built all the way up twice was Neldor. And the reason why I did Neldor was for I needed him for Fire Knight Hard 10. So I built two of these up. That way I could take advantage of his pass. Whenever an ally places a freeze debuff, the champion has a 30% chance to attack a target with a default skill. So this was like pretty good in Fire Knight, where I had two of them attacking 3 times at random, and then sometimes that would pop off, and then he would reproc off. So two of them actually. I don't use duplicate champions. What happened? I'm not muted, am I? Can you hear me? Is my test. What about now? This is really weird. Hmm. Okay. I've got a couple in queue right now. But yes. But before I do that, I need to eat. I'm gonna do this one real quick, and then let me grab some food. I'll be right back. I meant to eat in between them, but I forgot. I gotta eat something. I haven't eaten anything for a while. I've been streaming for 5 hours. Be right back. Okay. Could eat some pizza. Oh. No, that's the point of the commission button. It deletes it from the roster, so it doesn't take up room in your inventory, which I don't recommend doing. That's the purpose of this button right here. It deletes them from your account, essentially. Not reversible, though. I wouldn't do it. It's unreversible. I'll put that in the video. So I have commissioned everything on those, on Epics, and I've plus forward almost everything, even useless ones. And then once I'm done plus forwarding them, I use it for food. But I'm also getting to a place where I have too much food. So it doesn't really matter. I mean, if you don't, if you have space, why? I mean, does it even matter? I mean, they expanded the space so much in that extra vault where you get like an extra 700. It's not like you even need to. You're probably not going to run out of space anyways, unless you're just obsessive like I am and you want to get rid of everything. Okay. Me too. I'll be done eating shortly, and then we'll make a video about this area of the game. Mm. Bachelor eating. You eat over the trash can or you eat over the sink? I think you do 12-3 a lot at the start. He's all right. He's okay. All right, Ty. We're gonna get going right now. All right. Which ones? The one that's gonna be the hardest is gonna be this one. Let's see what you got. You don't have a lot of good champions for Fire Knight. You're gonna get stuck here. The character that's gonna help you the most is this. Build him. He's gonna help you, and you're not gonna get very far in Fire Knight. This guy right here. Yeah. Yeah, but the thing, but the oh yeah, you're on the Marius missions. Let's see. Oh God, this takes thousands and thousands. This takes a lot of energy. This one's not the worst though. The one that's the worst is like get 4 chest plates. That takes like forever. Well, I don't think Tomb Lord is. Yeah, Tomb Lord is okay. Yeah, but as far as Fire Knight, here are your choices. I think I think you're stuck. You're probably going to be stuck on Fire Knight until you get Mikage. And Mikage, and the other one that's going to help you a lot is your Carl. Your Carl and Mikage are going to help you the most. So you're kind of stuck on your hard dungeons until you get Mikage and your Carl. Unless you just randomly pull some brilliant character. Yeah. Yeah. Your Carl's going to help. Mikage's going to help. Cryodin's really good. Neldor. You don't have a Neldor, but Neldor can help you out too. I don't think there's much you can do on it right now. I don't see the tools. You don't have the turtles. Yeah, Blizzard, what you get after playing the game for a year or something, or is it? I don't even know. I don't even know where you get that guy. I had finished the Fire Knight problem by the time I got Blizzard, so I didn't really bother. And he didn't. He kind of. I didn't want to put the books into him to make him work well in Faction Wars. Also, he kind of messes with my Ugo. He sticks around longer than Ugo, and Ugo. I wanted Ugo to be last one standing so she could revive everybody, and he kept messing with my Ugo in Faction Wars. I think I think Blizzard is either a do. I know he's a free champion, but I can't remember where you get him from. It's either login. No, it's not login. It's either login or no, it's a Doom Tower. It must be a Doom Tower. Anyways, you get him for free. It's roster review time, and today we're going to talk about an often forgotten, very, very important mechanic called nope. All right, we're going to do my favorite thing to do in Raid Shadow Legends, and that is roster review. And this is going to be an interesting roster review because we're going to talk about some things that people often forget about that are very powerful. And we're also going to go in the way that I go about doing it the fastest. And we're talking about empowering, using faction guardians and things like that, and why they are very important. Now, if you've not done so already yet, click the link. It's a good one. You got Narma, and then use promo code RAID7 in the first 24 hours. Tagor is a vital character for early game. Having somebody that can heal and revive is going to be super important, as you know, in Raid Shadow Legends. So I feel like what happens is that they put the tutorial in here and for the faction guardians, and then everybody forgets about it. But this is going to be a super important part of the game right here, because this is going to allow your epics specifically, and then over time your legendaries to get vital stats. I got to tell you, I'm kind of feeling the hurt right here on my legendaries because I don't have a lot of duplicates like people that have been playing the game for multiple years. But this is a great place to get a start on the epics. Now, whenever one opens up a bunch of shards, you're going to get epics, and then you're going to forget about where they were. And this is a way that I do it very quickly to see if I have duplicate epics. I hit Empower Champions. I hit the little thing right here. And then I select epics. And then like recently, I only pulled, I didn't pull voids, but I pulled these three right here. And I hit hide. And immediately you can see is like, oh, look at that. Duplicate, where I may have forgotten which ones I opened. Happens all the time. It's like, woohoo, I've got a duplicate. So we're going to go back into Faction Guardians. I just happened to know because I looked it up earlier that that's a Skinwalker. And we're going to load that up right there. Now, doing this right here is absolutely free. There's no cost to do it. Now, all of the Skinwalker Epic Guardians are, well, all the Epic Skinwalkers now are going to get 10% HP. This can be reversed at any given time. Now, there's this commission button, which means they get deleted from your account. That way they don't take up space in your reserve, which I don't think is that big of a deal anymore, because back in the day, there was very limited inventory, but they've expanded that so much, you know, with the reserve vault. Look at that extra 600. Really no reason to do that. And actually, I wish they would take that and remove that from the game, because that would be absolutely devastating to, you know, hit commission on a Deacon Armstrong or a Vogoth or something that's super important as far as epic goes. Because there are a handful of epics that are just as important as legendary. So the question came up, when do you start empowering champions? When do you start using them for food? And so on and so on. So for me, the way that I do it is I want to get all of these full, and before I consider empowering champions. Once I have all of this full, then yeah, I will go and take my more important epic champions that I use all the time. whether it's in Faction Wars or Curse City or wherever, I will start empowering them. And empowering them is going to add significant amount of stats as well. If we look at right here, I can't pull it up, but this gives massive amounts of stats, and each champion can be empowered up to 4 times. And then from there, I start using epics as food once they're fully empowered. Now, I have not needed an excessive amount of food. Like, I feel like I've had an adequate inflow of food of late, but I know this, and early accounts, you do not. I mean, it seems like it's super hard to get food, very difficult to take champions to level 60 and so on. But at some point that laxes and eases up a bit over time. And so I've been +4ing all my epic champions. And I know it's probably smarter to go and look at the stats, go look at the way that they are in Yumi Love or Hell Hades. And if they're just trash epics, then yeah, take them into food. Like, you can go and find, if they're 2.5 stars or whatever on Hell Hades, yeah, that's just going to be food. I have been saving them, and I've been +4ing them for a rainy day. And for me, that has been super helpful. Unfortunately, it's been super helpful inside of Curse City. And the hard Curse City, there's always these really obnoxious, narrow roadblocks to getting to this top island on Curse City. Typically, it's right here, here, or here in these 3 spots right here. Sometimes you can go around, and it requires upgrading epics that I normally wouldn't upgrade. I don't want to call them garbage epics, but less than favorable epics, let's say. Epics that I most likely wouldn't use even in Faction Wars. But because I saved all my epics and +4'd them, you know, even when I got red stars on and put them on there, I wasn't just scrambling to put everything into food. I've been able to upgrade some of the key epics so that I can complete these easily. And the gear on this last part, the amount of quality, the quality, not only supersonics, but, what's the one? It starts with the M, and the 6-piece gives all the crit damage. I can't think of the name, but it's Merciless. Merciless starts with an M. Yeah, Merciless and supersonic gear that I've been getting on this back island is over the top. And now I'm super happy I did it that way. Absolutely. So for me, I didn't really need the rares. Rares become very unimportant at some point, and I was like, man, you're just sucking up my inventory. And I was just hitting this commission button, and I was letting it take up space. But if you do use epics, you know, why not do it? Why not do it? There we go. Look at that. Confirm. There you go. You get. I mean, if there's definitely some epics that I play, and it's good to fill them up, and because there's no downside to finishing up that at all. And I've been talking about this in several videos, but I want to bring it up again. Ty's been playing the game for a little bit now. If we look at right here, he's been playing the game for, I don't know, almost 9 months. One of the more important characters that one can get is by playing in Chimera. Chimera is where you're going to get Embrys shards, and it takes about 9 months. And even if you don't like playing in Chimera, or you find that you don't do well, it's important just to go in, turn it on, let's say with your clan boss team, and whatever you get is whatever you get. And the reason for that is that over a 9-month period, one should expect to get Embrys. And Embrys is going to be a super important character in the progression of your account at some point, because this is what's going to allow one to get significantly better gear, specifically the speed boots. This is a speed 45. This is a 6-star, and it's been ascended 1 level with an attack of 3%, which is appropriate for Xenomorph. But quite often, more than not, one is wanting to get the 1 in 7 chance of getting speed. That way it becomes a 45 and 12. Pretty much most of my pieces are going into that, and my dust is going into these so that I can re-roll it and get to that. And that's going to be hard to do unless one can complete Sand Devil 25. The other area where there's going to be a significant roadblock in Raid Shadow Legends is going to be getting Marius, and there's a ton of stages that are super hard to complete. Amius, which requires heal block champions. The other one is going to be Fire Knight 10. And so he did ask me if I could take a look at his Fire Knight 10, and I went through. There's a couple key characters that are going to be helpful in finishing Fire Knight Hard 10, which is the hardest of the 4 standard dungeons. The first one is going to be Mikage, which is going to be a mythical fusion. Looks like he's working on that. Mikage is going to be super helpful for completing that. The other one is going to be here in the Bazaar, which is the store for the Tag Team Arena. Also, I usually almost always buy this. I think that's pretty good. But, oh no, wrong arena. I misspoke. It's in the normal clan shot. Okay, edge it out. Next one's going to be in the clan shop. Yakarl. Looks like he's already buying it. Yakarl's also going to be super helpful. And then there are 2 epic champions that a lot of people have. The first one is Cryodin. Absolutely bonkers. And Fire Knight Hard 10. You're going to want to use this guy if you've got him. Worth considering. Another one is going to be Neldor. Now, some people, won't empower these guys right here because they say, well, you could build 2 of them, right? They won't hit the commission button. Neldor is actually one of the only champions that I have used 2 versions. I built 2 of them all the way up. And the reason why I did that was specifically for Fire Knight Hard 10. We're going to go into the index right here. High Elves. Neldor is an epic, and he is crazy because his basic hit not only hits 3 times, but it has a chance of doing freeze. And his passive says whenever an ally places a freeze debuff, this champion has a 30% chance to attack the target with their default skill. Having 2 of these guys is bonkers good, specifically when you have attack all champions like Mikage or Farakin. So if you're wanting to do better in Fire Knight Hard, keep in mind those 4 champions that I mentioned: Yakarl, Mikage, Neldor, and Cryodin. Those are readily available champions that you should be able to get over time. Epics, eventually you'll come across them. There's not going to be a lot of epics, that specifically non-void epics. You should be able to get them over time for sure. Lastly, I wanted to talk about Minotaur. This is going to be a reoccurring thing that you're going to hear about here on my channel, is if you're willing to take a champion up to level 60, Minotaur. And I was just like, oof, got to do Minotaur. That's like not done. Maybe that one's fine. But in general, it's like important to do Minotaur. And I know that it's a pain, but I kind of feel like if you're willing to take a champion all the way up to 60, you might as well do Minotaur. And Minotaur is typically the most efficient time to run that during personal reward CVC, which is only once a month. And if you're going to spend $10 in Raid Shadow Legends, the first $10 that you spend in Raid Shadow Legends should be the monthly gem pack. This is generally considered by most players to be, the battle pass of Raid Shadow Legends, the auto buy. Almost universally, everybody agrees that this is the one offer we're considering. 2,100 gems. For me, those 2,100 gems solely get converted into energy. I'm not the guy that will spend the 800 gems to finish masteries. I like to run Minotaur because it's cheaper. It costs less than 800 gems. Plus, I get experience, so I don't have to use brews on those champions. And I get silver at the expense of having to run it on my tablet underneath my bed on auto for hours and hours, which gets a lot faster once you have Marius. Doesn't take a lot of time. The second offer, which is nowhere near as good of a value, is going to be the Daily Energy Pack, which you can buy twice a month because it runs for 2 weeks. So that's an additional $40 a month. I only typically consider doing this when there's a fusion and I anticipate in being behind. But this is a no-brainer as far as I'm concerned if you're willing to spend $10. So that'll do it for today. If you haven't done so already, click the link in the description. 3 amazing epic support champions that all synergize well with Neldor in destroying the Demon Lord clan boss, which is the vital break point in moving into mid-game and being able to do fusions. That way, when you can one-key Ultra Nightmare Demon Lord, that's where you're going to get Sacred Shards and Legendary Books. Okay, bye for now. Allure to decrease turn meter, and you can't use Allure to decrease turn meter in Fire Knight Hard. Maybe you're talking about something else. All right, I'm out. Oh, yeah. No worries. What do I want to call this? All right, I've got a couple other ones in queue. Looks like I got two people that have hit me up. So I'm kind of going first come. Um, I see two people. I haven't opened your messages yet. I'm gonna click the first one that I saw there. I am going on vacation, so I'm trying to do as many of these as possible. Also, Kat's not home, so or she's leaving. She's going to her friend's house. Um, Send that off to the editor. All right, we'll see what we got. Is this Coriander? Hi. All right. Only if you're down for it. There's other people that want it. You sound like reluctant. If you're up for it, we'll do it. But it's up to you. Because I don't want to pressure you into something that you're not comfortable with doing. We're going on Wednesday. And then I will also hit up Daywalker. Daywalker already sent me his password. Okay. All right. I'm going to do Daywalker first. I've already got his information right here in front of me. Okay. I want to make sure you're here, Daywalker. Hey, if you're Daywalker, just say hi in chat. Okay, Global Game. Okay, Global Game. We'll do it real quick. We'll have time to do all of them. Okay. I'm going in. I'm going to be knocking you out, so I'm going in right now. Going in. Poof. Oh, I hit the button. Poof. We're going in. Oh yeah, no. I like I said earlier, I'm mostly interested in reaching people that are getting started in raid or just want two eyes, maybe have a second opinion. Okay. Zeroed In is a 645,000 play day, 645,000 power, 100,000 player. Let's see how long you've been playing the game. Been playing the game for 90 days. Welcome in. How's it going? All right. So there's 4 things that I'm going to look at to start off your account. First one I'm going to look at is your Great Hall experience and your arena team. You're in gold 1 and you're focusing on accuracy and you are playing quite a bit. All right. No worries with that. That looks good. All right. The second thing I'm going to look at is, so that's 2 things really. Second thing I'm going to look at is that if you are progressing inside of the campaign and how close you are to Brutal 12-3, and do you have a campaign farmer? Yes, you do. So I'm guessing you can do this. I'm going to hit the button right here and see how it goes. Orbital for Great Hall. Yep, I get it. Looks good. I don't see people use Gallic very often. That's pretty cool, actually. Everybody goes Kale. Yeah, stay focused on accuracy first in Grey Hall. Yep. Okay, good. All right, now let's go look at Arbiter for a second. All right, yeah, you're stuck here. So that's just going to be a matter of Great Hall. You're in Gold 1, right? And I know it gets a lot harder in Gold 1. The sooner that you can get into Gold 3 or Gold 4, your Great Hall experience is going to go a lot faster because you think that this one right here is a pain in the ass, right? 7, you're going to have to do one that says 8, you're going to have to do one that says 9, you're going to have to do one that says 10, and then you're going to have to get 200 more wins. So arena is going to be important. I may look at your arena team here in a minute once I go and look at what you're doing in Demon Lord. All right, let's go over here though first. Relics. You want to open these. Yeah, you're going to want to open these. All right, the reason why you want to open these is that the only upside to saving these, and I would definitely say that you need to save probably 1 or 200 of these up here, is that sometimes in the advanced quest now, which is something they just added, is that they give you points for opening them. Outside of that, there's no upside to saving these. So I would say open these because you may get some very important rare relics like Journal of Necrotis or the Talon. I mean, they're super Molten Death Bell on certain characters. There's some amazing, useful, staple relics. Yeah. No, there's no CVC points. The only value to this outside, it used to be 0, open them always. But in the last, 2 weeks, they added an advanced quest where you get soul stones for opening a relic. So now you pretty much have to save 1 or 200 of these. You don't want to flush all of them. Yeah, you want to crack these. There's no reason to save them. Other than, I would say save maybe, I don't know. What do you guys think? 100? See, do they ever go back to back though? Like 2 days in a row? So I always save 200 because I'm always worried that they're going to do one today and one tomorrow, and I don't know how I'm going to get 200. Yeah, you got to do Arbiter missions, yeah. Yeah, it is pretty rare. Yeah, I would save at least 100, maybe 200. Yeah, of these. But the rest, open them, man. Just open them, right? All right, we'll come back to that. Let's look at where you are in your Demon Lord. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's look at your roster. Let's look at your arena team before I go look at your roster first. Your activity level looks good. Okay. Nice. Oh, I haven't seen anybody run Gallic in such a long time. Good. You have Thor! You have Thor! Why aren't you using Thor? Holy moly, you got Thor! Why aren't you using Thor, man? Yeah, use Thor. Holy moly, man. Use Thor. Holy shit, dude. You also have He-Man, man. Oh, he's not booked? Well, I don't know. I don't know if it matters much. Not an arena. Here, your Ezio's not booked. All right. Let's see. I just want to get you focused on the right characters here. Let's see. Let's pull this up. Hill Hades tier list. Yeah, these are your 4 strongest characters, and I identified the one that really Thor is the next one, right? Yeah, definitely be thinking about Thor. Yeah. You know, you got Deacon. Yeah, you're good to go. You've got 4 quite helpful, useful champions. Yeah. Well, I think you get what I was suggesting is, yeah, don't ignore Thor. I think you need to move away from I think you need to move away from Gallic altogether. Okay. I don't think you should be using Gallic anywhere. I would definitely pivot your energy to Thor. Good. Yeah, no, this you've got these. Yeah, just move away from Gallic and go all in on Thor for a while now. All right, where are we at now? Let's see if we got gear issues. Good. Good. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Excellent. Yes. Yeah. Good. Speed. Yes. Speed. Yes. Okay. It's a little bit high, but okay. You haven't worked on him. I get it. Uh-oh. What's going on here? This isn't good. Let's see what you have. Dude, you got a random. You have random. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can't do that. No, he's been playing the game for 90 days. It's not a big deal. 90 days. Yeah, 90 days. 90 days. This is new count. No, this is a good account for 90 days. Yeah, we gotta make use of these. Oof, dude, you've got 4 speed primary stat 6 stars. All 4 of these should be on your they should be on your characters. All of these. Like speed boots, none of the stats really matter, just the primary I mean eventually they do. But at the start, it's just you got to use them instead of this. This is not going to help you. That's fine, but you have a bunch. That's fine, but you have a bunch. Yeah. Yeah, that needs to be deleted. That needs to be removed. That's good. That's not good. I don't think that's good. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. I mean, all right. Yeah, I'm gonna say that 6 star speed boots, they're fine at the start. Like it doesn't matter what the sets are. It doesn't matter if it's a common, a rare, or legendary. It's just a 6 star speed boot. Put that on your character. It's not that. It's just that's what it is. Yeah. Oh yeah, stats over sets. Yeah, we were having a conversation about when you should start switching over from stats over sets. When you get Marius, maybe. No, it's before that, but you know what I mean. It's a long time away. I think you start focusing on sets when you start realizing how important 6 piece mercurial is, or 4 piece lethal, or 4 piece stone skin, or 9 piece protection, or 9 piece feral, or 9 piece mercurial. But until then, man, it's stats over sets. And yeah, you could pick up really good stats with like a two piece perception, or 2 piece pinpoint on the accessory stats. But yeah, exactly. It's a why. It's I don't know when it matters, but it's not right away. I'll tell you that. It's like a year. Like I just like right now. I'm getting really into sets over stats. Or yeah, right now because I mean I'm not getting full use out of support characters in PvE unless they have like something that makes the team do more damage, like a 9 piece protection or 9 piece feral. Well, I don't have 9 piece feral, 9 piece protection on that many factions, so it's like okay, now is the time when that happens. 9 piece mercurial in arena, yeah. 4 piece stone skin with a 4 piece lethal on my damage dealers, yes. Okay, I mean it's just it takes a while for that to matter, but right now, no. All right. All right. Coriander, if you're here, this is kind of at where you're at. We can do your next two. Okay. I got a video right here. All right, Globe Gaming, your count looks really solid for where you're at. Impulse is I wish I could get 100 times more impulse on my account. Holy moly. I could use more impulse all day long. Oh my God. Impulse is great. What I need is quad roll speeds on top row impulse all day long. Oh my God. Impulse is so good. Yeah, I can't stand live arena. Yeah. 5 rolling PLC. Screw you. Screw you, CK. I don't want to hear about it. Oh, wait. What is it? Like a 35 speed or something crazy? What's the speed stat on it? Do you have like a maxed out glyph on it? 34 speed? Bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Yeah, everybody's like, I hate you. Wow. All right, hang out, Coriander. We'll do it next. Watch this video here. $44? Screw you. Screw you and your 450 speed Fabian. Screw you. I don't know what you put it on, but probably Fabian. All right. All right, we're going to do my favorite thing in Raid Shadow Legends. Well, my second favorite thing. My favorite thing is opening up shards. I love doing that. Second favorite thing is doing roster reviews. So this is going to be a fun one today because we're going to talk about one of the more important mechanics in Raid Shadow Legends, which is speed. Speed. Very important, especially when you're getting started. Now, this is a 645,000 power account that has been playing the game for 90 days. And oh my God, he has some real big winners here. Deacon Armstrong, Thor, Truhanarek, and Ezio. That is the core of an amazing start here in Raid Shadow Legends. If you want to have a core of an amazing start, Narma, Tagore, and Pelops will get the job done and not having to do it randomly by orbs. This is a great start right here. Also, logging in for 7 days, you will get Skeletor. Use promo code RAID7 within the first 24 hours of starting your journey. Now, I did go through his arena team and his clan boss team. He's not taking advantage of Thor. So I did encourage him to do that because that's a big deal. The other thing too, I wanted to talk about relics. Before we start talking about speed, relics. There's, up until recently, there's been zero advantage to saving these. And my suggestion is to always open these when you get them and save, let's say 100 or 200 of the rare ones. And the reason for that, in the last couple of weeks, they've introduced an advanced quest where it says craft a relic and get soul stones. That didn't exist in the game before. And my suggestion before that advanced quest came out was open these always. Just open these always. And the reason for that is that there are a ton of great resources in there that could be used on a lot of damage dealers. But I'm thinking, I'm just going to call out some random, rare, common, the blue relics. I mean, the Journal Necrotis, amazing. Molten Death Belt, amazing. The Talon, amazing. Those are just a couple of the staple, and you want to make use of them. So I'm going to suggest opening all of these with the exception of maybe 100 or 200 up here. Again, only use rares with rares, epic with epics, legendary with legendaries, mythicals with mythicals. Do not mix rarities. Don't go like this. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't even load it up. It's that scary. But just do, similar colors. And then there's tons of good ones in there. Now, the next area is I wanted to talk about this because I think, and this is a suggestion for a very early account, and that is going to be on boots. 40 speed boots is great. That's a 5-star. Right here, 40 speed boots, that's a 5-star. That's great. And then other places, not so much. Like he's using his Deacon Armstrong, and Deacon Armstrong just needs to be fast, fast, fast. He needs some accuracy, needs some fast, and maybe a little bit of HP and defense. So sorry, bro. It's like, yeah, don't use these. And I was like, well, what's going to be important to understand about boots is really what matters the most about boots is that the primary stat says speed and the number of stars. The actual rarity, whether it's mythical or legendary, epic or common or rare, doesn't matter as much as one progresses through the game. Yeah, that starts to matter more. But right, this is a 90-day account. I'm going to tell you that a common border 6-star speed boot is going to be better than anything else on most of the characters. And so that was like the first thing that I sorted here on his account. Pulled up boots, clicked equipped, and then I went down to rank and rarity and I hit 6 stars, and then I hit primary stat speed. And then I went down to hide set filters, and it looks like he has some on his account. He has 4 on his account that are not being used, and he has 0 equipped. All 4 of these should be equipped. It's going to be more important to focus on stats over sets. And it becomes a very amazing, thought-provoking, philosophical question when to start focusing on sets over stats. And I've recently, personally on my account, started to see the true power of sets. But I think at the start, it was just about stats over sets. It's going to be later a big deal when I can put together in my arena team, 4-piece stone skin with 4-piece lethal, or a 9-piece mercurial, or I'm going in and going to fight in Chimera Hydra, and I need to go in with 9-piece feral, 9-piece protection with my 6-piece merciless attack. Yeah, that's later on. But at the start, man, it's just about stats over sets. And one of the best ways to get way ahead right now is going to be to participate inside the dungeon. There's an amazing piece of gear in here called Pinpoint, and it's going to be hidden behind me. The Pinpoint accessory also drops from this stage. And if you can get up a little bit higher and farm this stage as much as possible, you're going to get a lot of stats. And so when I talk about stats over sets, we're talking about like going out of your way to put together a 4-piece this or 6-piece this or a 9-piece that becomes very taxing on the overall stats of the character. What we're talking about is a 2-piece set where you could put a pinpoint ring here and a pinpoint ring here, and then you could take advantage of the pinpoint bonus, which when you have a 2-piece pinpoint, you're going to get, check this, an extra 20 accuracy and 10% speed. Well, what kind of stats are important to focus on? It's going to vary from character to character. And I'm going to give some general suggestions right here, depending on where you're trying to progress inside of Clan Boss. Clan Boss is going to be one of the more important places to progress early in the game. If one can get through Nightmare or Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss, that's where you're going to get the very scarce and important legendary books and Sacred Charge. Sacred Charge should be used as a currency in the future to complete fusions, and legendary books are legendary books. If you want to make Thor wreck nerds, you're going to need legendary books. Now, there's going to be an accuracy requirement in every part of the game. If you're going into a dungeon, like the Dragon Dungeon, you want to play on difficulty 20, I just happen to know off the top of my head, you're going to need about 200 accuracy. If you want to go into Dungeon 25, you're going to need about 250. So if one does not have enough accuracy, Ezio is not going to be Ezio. It's just that simple. Ezio's not going to do what Ezio needs to do. Now, not all characters place negative effects, but a large percentage of them do. So when going through their rosters and their kits right here, if you notice that there are things in red, that means those are negative effects, and they're not going to land unless one has enough accuracy to meet the requirements. And the main area to focus on early game is, okay, I'm trying to get through hard, the Clan Boss Demon Lord on hard. Well, I'm going to need 150 accuracy. I'm going to need 170 when I get to brutal, and so on and so on. And the speed, these are general suggestions for speed and defense as well to move forward the game. Speed is going to be the most important stat in Raid Shadow Legends because it's a turn-based game, and it's just logical to think that whoever goes first and the more often is generally going to determine the outcome of the battle. The second one, which I don't believe there's really a good explanation for why accuracy is so important, and they don't really even tell you how much is needed. And quite often I have to go on Google and say, what is the accuracy required for XYZ node? Or I have to visit websites like Hell Hades to get that information. In general, I think if you're starting out playing the game, use this table right here. And if you're playing in brutal inside a clan boss, know that your characters in general have to have 170. I think getting through Demon Lord, getting through the dungeons at level 20, which is going to be an important benchmark to start doing fusions and fragment summons and things like that. Those are going to require about 200 accuracy on the characters that place the negative effects. So this is going to be a vital part of Raid Shadow Legends. Now, lastly, I got to talk about artifacts and when to where to spend silver, because silver is a limited resource, and the cost to take gear to level 16 is horrifically expensive. And my suggestion is to generally avoid taking this top row to level 16. Quite often the top row is good at level 12, where the row that's going to get the maximum value is going to be this middle row, and taking the middle row to 16 first, if you have the resources. And the reason why I talk about the gear levels is because the breakpoints are going to be level 4, level 8, level 12, and level 16, where you're going to get the substat increases. And the cost just gets out of control. You can see going to level 8 costs under 100,000, going to 12 around 500,000, but going to 16 is where it just gets horrifically expensive. And the important primary stats are going to be found, just as a general rule, there's like 9 million exceptions to everything, Rachel, on this middle row. And this is where I'm going to be considering taking gear to level 16 first. But the top row has fixed stats, meaning that the weapon always has flat attack. Right here, the helmet always has flat HP, and the shield always has flat defense. So the significance of taking them to 16 is not as great as the middle row, where they quite often will have percent-based stats, which are way more effective, and the speed stat, and or right here, the accuracy stat. Those are the stats that you're going to want to get to meet the criteria that I mentioned at the early of the video. So this is going to be an important consideration. And my general suggestion is that you can take pretty much any piece of gear you want to level 8. If you're going to be playing it on a character, take it to the 8. If it's a character that you use quite often, let's say Faction Wars, then you're probably going to take all the gear to 12. If you're starting to struggle with silver, you're not going to want to be taking the top row to above 12. And 16 should be reserved for the middle row at first. Now, as the game goes on, you're going to get more silver, and those rules are going to change. But we're talking about silver starting at the beginning. Tips to save silver: upgrade only the gear you plan to keep. Use good rolls and sets worth investing in. Don't chase the 16 on mediocre gear. Farm, save, and invest smart. And then this is the general takeaway from the video. Taking gear to 4 is basically free. 8 is cheap. 12 is where it starts hurting. And 16 is the silver black hole. Around 2 million silver per 6-star artifact on average. Now, if you haven't done so already, click link in the description. Get your journey started right here in Raid Shadow Legends. And upgrade those 6-star boots that have speed primary stats. When you get first started playing the game, the commons are fine, the uncommons are fine, the rares are fine. It's all about the 6-star speed boots when you get started. And if you don't have any 6-star, use your 5 stars. Okay, bye for now. Grim Forest, I believe that too. Yeah, I haven't considered Grim Forest into the new player experience, frankly. All right, you're all set, sir. Hope that was helpful. All right, Coriander, you here? All right, let me. I've got coriander. There you go, Gunhander. Okay. All right. Let me shoot this off to the editor real quick, and then I'll load up your account. And then gun pew pew pew. If I've got the energy, we could take a look at yours. I'm open to it. What? I don't know if you noticed it. I've said a few times. Well, thank you, Cheap Buck. I missed that. Yeah, I missed that comment. Thank you. Interesting. I think it's worth the 500 soul stones, though, right? I mean, where else are you going to get 500 soul stones? So I think my suggestion is probably sound, correct? For different reasons. It's still sound, but for different reasons. I mean, I run a tight ship with soul stones. I feel like I run out of them. I do pop into people's accounts and they got 30,000 soul stones. I'm like, what are you doing? Starstone, yeah. What's up, Dead Eye Knight? Okay. All right, Coriander. Let's go take a look. All right. I'm going to be logging in now, so I'm going to be kicking you out. Oh, I wouldn't worry about it. All right. I will be nice, sir. You've said a couple times in chat that you were a little bit embarrassed. I will be polite. I want this to be a shared experience where we all get some have more fun about playing a game we love, that we all love. We wouldn't be here unless we loved the game. Okay, so this is a brand new account. 332,000 power, daily rewards. You've been logging in for 84 days. So you have started your journey here in Raid Shadow Legends and been playing for under 90 days. I'm going to be using your Discard DMs as a notepad. I'm going to be dropping in screenshots there. You're sitting on some energy. I think that could be spent. That's something that could be of interest. If one has their energy spent, it's an additional 450. Is that number correct? 450 energy a day that you're missing out of if you're running this above 121, right? $480. $480. Yeah, you're wasting 480 energy a day by letting that sit there. It's 480. Okay, so that's to consider. Okay, the first area that I'm going to look at is going to be your Great Hall. Make sure you're focusing on accuracy, that you're playing the game enough. And, oh, we got to go accuracy. All right. All right, we got to work on your clan boss team or your arena team. We got to get you not only through silver, but into gold 1. It actually becomes challenging on a newer account when you hit gold 1, but I believe it's a reasonable goal. Let's check the other areas before we circle back to circle back to arena. But I think arena is where you're going to be stuck. Arbiter, yeah, I just got to do Arbiter. You said you just figured out that Arbiter was there though, like you had forgotten about it. It doesn't flash or anything, I think is what you said. This is true. Arbiter, Arbiter, Arbiter. Arbiter is going to be the tutorial in Raid Shadow Legends. You asked me a ton of questions earlier, and there were so many, and they were so complicated. And I generally believe most of those questions are going to be answered for you organically just by playing the Arbiter missions and focusing on that. Like when you start your day, maybe make it a goal to get through all of the daily quests, which you've done. Then you do the advanced quests if you can, and then when you run out of things to do, then you start working on your Arbiter missions. In fact, I think you could pretty much learn the game, most of the core mechanics of the game, just through the Arbiter missions. Yeah. Yeah, there is no like do Arbiter. But it is the tutorial. It is the tutorial. Yeah, do Arbiter. And Arbiter is going to force you to do these like, and you want to do accuracy. I don't know how to explain it any other way than the way I did in the last video. You just have to do accuracy. There's a hierarchy of what's important in Raid Shadow Legends. And in the simplest form, some people will say go from right to left. Like the accuracies, then this, then this, then this. I mean, if you want to keep it really, really simple, work on this sheet right to left. You want to just streamline it and not think about it too much. In general, right to left is going to be the way to go about it. Yeah. All right. Yeah. This game, it's speed, accuracy, crit damage is of interest. But here's the thing about, let's just talk about these last 3. Well, also, the reason why you want to do better in Arena is these stats carry over into every game mode. So right now you're getting 4% in all game modes for HP, attack, and defense, where if you were in Gold 1, which I believe is a realistic goal for your account to get to in the intermediate term, it'll jump up to 14%. And the final destination for most players, except for extreme players, is going to be Gold 5, right? 22%. So right now you're at 4%. Let's get you to 14 and then eventually 22. Everywhere in the game. Every part of the game. All of it. Everywhere. And this is Classic Arena. But these stats carry everywhere. So this is why Classic Arena is important. I do all of them, man. This one here is going to be on the newer side. Right here. I do all kinds of them. Got a people queue. I think I've done about 4 of them already today. Yeah, but this is on the newer, this is on the newer side of the ones I typically. I mean, I'll tell you where I have not, or I won't be able to provide a lot of. I need a better Hydra team, and putting a Hydra team takes like a month. You know how much work it is to build like a good Hydra or Chimera team from scratch? Oh my God, it just doesn't happen just like that. Yeah. No, you're fine. Coriander, keep your chin up, man. Yeah, I agree with that, Cheap Vodka. I'm going to screen grab that. I think these are, keep your chin up. Actually, I like this whole screen grab right here. This conversation's been, I love this. I feel like there's look at all these very helpful posts right here. This is great screen grab. Look at this screen grab right here. We all start at one point, enjoy the process. And then Cheap Vodka says, accurate resistance, crit damage are the best three. After that, HP, defense, and attack. I find. Yes. 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 Or I did accuracy, crit damage, and resistance. Yes. 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 And I would suggest that attack is the worst of the three. And then depending whether or not you have more HP or defense-based damage dealers, those are going to be better than attack. And then, but all three of these stats here are not as good as the far right three: accuracy, resistance, crit damage. I feel like if I were to aggregate like opinions on this, and I'm just going to put this in the video probably. There's a lot of different opinions on this, which is fine. Everybody can have an opinion, right? And I'm sure there's more than one right way to play in this game and everything like that. What I've seen a lot from a lot of different players is, let's flip that. What I see from a lot of players is generally I hear is accuracy, right? Then I'll see some debate over crit damage and resistance. And then I'll see some debate over which one's more important, HP or defense. But I feel like this is the general order that I see. Accuracy, resistance or crit damage, HP or defense, and then lastly attack. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll send everything to you. Lots of. I mean, there's a billion ways to play this game. Maybe absolutely, Rubbing Mac. I've done like 5 or 6 already. I'm like almost 7 hours deep on this. We'll go as long as I can until my brain explodes. And maybe I need more caffeine. Also, I need to finish my daily activities. Did I finish everything on my daily activities? Hold on, I got only like an hour and 20 minutes until my server resets. I gotta finish my faction wars for the day. We'll do that real quick right now. Was it a roast? We'll see. All right, yeah. Monkey King top 5. It's hard to evaluate things like that in the game. Sun Wukong was my best and favorite character on my personal account for a long time. It's just, unfortunately, the game doesn't really work like that as far as generalizations and saying top 5 characters. It's just kind of hard to position anything like that in this game. He's excellent. Yeah. But the truth is I don't use him that much anymore. I don't even think he's in my Tag Arena team anymore. My Tag Arena teams anymore. I don't even know. I use him in Grim Forest. I don't think I use him in Hydra anymore either. I used to use him in Hydra and Arena, but I don't think I use him in either place anymore. The last time I think I've used him is maybe like an event dungeon ago where there was like a nifty trick with the over splash damage on the A2 to blow up everybody real quick. Outside of that, I don't know. I'm not using him that much. Sometimes Live Arena as like an 8th pick. Yeah. It's kind of everything in the game is kind of hard. I mean, but you could have Sun Wukong in your account right now, and he could be the best character in your account. He was my best character in the account, but I only had like access to Loki and Sun Wukong. And it took a while before I even got like characters like Arbiter, which I don't use anymore now either. You know what I mean? So it's kind of weird how the game flows. I love this discussion though here in chat. This is great. All right, what are we doing? Coriander. Epics, yeah. I typically, when I was starting playing, I would have this rotation between whatever I had books for. Like if I was trying to decide what character to take to 60 left, it's like, do I have books for it? Do I have epic books? Or do I have legendary books? And if I did have, or if I didn't have legendary books, I was looking at the character. I was like, will this character function without books? Not a lot of them do. Or is this character so important that I can try to use them without books? But most of the time I was defaulting to an epic just because of the availability of books. There's a lot of great epics. Okay. Yeah, this needs some work. Okay. So I'm holding back a little bit. Yeah, you got Artar Ninja is good. Let me just send this to you. Let me just send this to you. Well, yeah, I kind of knew this. Okay, so Ninja is easily your best character in your account. And so I'm going to send you this list right here. These 4 characters right now. I'll be very frank with you. If you did not have Ninja, I would suggest for you to start over and use a promo code from a content creator. But you have Ninja, so I'm not going to say that to you. Because Ninja's not available. He's not available. You have Ninja. Nobody can. He's not available. Yeah. So, but if you didn't have Ninja, I'd probably tell you to start over. But that's okay. Well, you don't have to get anything. I wouldn't even worry about it. The main thing to learn here is that a single 60 is more powerful than a whole team of 50s. And you want to pick one character to go to 60 very early in your Raid Shadow Legends journey. One that can carry you through campaign farming. Right? That character is Ninja. I'm going to say right now, run, don't walk, don't focus on anything else in the game, on any other character other than Ninja. Continue your journey on getting Arbiter, but Ninja's your character. Is it aggro? I know, but only like 1 or 2 attack, right? I don't know why the game does that. I wish they would tell you to upgrade accuracy than attack. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's garbage. All right here. Yeah, this is something that I put together in ChatGPT today. Yeah. Your starter was your farmer? Yeah. No, I know. Yeah, I mean, you could do that. That used to be the way you played the game, is that, whether you picked Elhain, Kale, or Gallic, that was your campaign farmer. I get it. Also, I would run, if you're going to have these slots open, I would go crazy on Spider until you could fill those spots. Yeah, Ash did a free play series. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that he did it. I didn't watch it though. It's probably a good starting place. Okay. Yep, that's my code, Robbie. Yeah, I know. For over a year, yeah. The way that they do it now, it's so much different. You start off with like Norma, Tagore, Farakin, Venomage, Pelops, or you could do like a Tagore, Ugo, Dolan. I mean, it's just so different now. Yeah. They give you some really good characters, and frankly, on this account here, if they didn't have Ninja, I'd probably tell them to start over. No, don't restart. I'm not telling you to restart. No, because you have Ninja. No, you have Ninja. Nobody. I don't have Ninja. I want Ninja. Yeah. No, I know. Yeah, you don't need to restart. No, 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 no. You have Ninja. You have Ninja. It's fine. All right, we're doing my second favorite thing in Raid Shadow Legends, which is roster reviews. My favorite thing is opening shards. Now, this one's going to be a little bit more different than normally, and this is going to be a great video to watch if you're just starting in Raid Shadow Legends, because we're going to go over some of the core elements of things to tackle super, super early in your journey. And let's just go over the first one because it segues into what I want to talk about, is that you kind of have to focus on a single champion to take to level 60 right out of the gate. And that's typically going to be your campaign farmer. And back in the day, when you started playing Shadow Legends, like several years ago, all right, I got to clear my hard drive. Hold on. I got a memory error. One moment. Well, no wonder. I had about 150 extra videos in here. Delete! Yeah, Narma and Pelops. Yeah, Narma and Pelops is like a busted code. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned. All right, we're going to do my favorite thing to do here in Raid Shadow Legends. That is roster reviews. Well, it's my second favorite thing to do. My favorite thing to do is to open shards. I love shard openings. And this is going to be a little bit different of a video. This is basically a new account. It's a new account that was started a while ago, and we'll get into why. But 330,000 power, and we've got login for about 84 days. Well, exactly 84 days. And what we're going to talk about initially is that this is going to be a good guide for someone that has just started playing Raid Shadow Legends, because there's a lot to cover, and we're going to try to make it as streamlined as possible. The first thing I want to talk about is getting a champion as quickly as possible to level 60. And the thing about that is level 60s are very strong. I believe a well set up level 60 can easily wipe out a full team of 50s, and having a single champion at 60 is going to be very important. Now, the way that this count is a little bit different than the way that most people are starting out playing the game is I believe this account was set up a long time ago, because they do have Raid, or Ninja rather, not Raid, Ninja. Ninja's not available anymore, and we'll get back to that. And typically the strategy back in the day was, whoever your starter champion is who you would take to 60, and that'd be your campaign farmer. So like Elhain, my starter champion that I picked when it with a 4, well, Elhain's the one that gets eaten by the dragon. The other 3 get burned by the dragon. Then you pick one of them, right? Most people pick Kale, but whatever you pick is fine. And people used to take that champion up to level 60 first. People don't do that today because now with promo links and things like that, like the one that you're going to see here on the screen, you're going to start the game off with 2 amazing legendaries. You're going to relatively quickly get 3 epic support champions that are over the top. And then by the time you've logged in for the 7th day, you're going to get Skeletor. So you're going to pick one of those champions, whether it's Pelops would be the one I would suggest on my link. Take Pelops to 60 first. You're going to use him for everything. He's going to be crazy good. He's not the best campaign farmer, but he gets the job done. He's over the top good. So what I'm going to suggest here on this account right now is to take Ninja to 60 as soon as possible. This is going to be the go-to character. Now, I would actually suggest for someone to start over if this account did not, in fact, have Ninja. Ninja is a special character. So Raid Shadow Legends has collabs from time to time. Like right now, there's the He-Man Skeletor. That's a limited time collab. This is the 2nd time that they've ran the He-Man Skeletor collab. In fact, they had never done that before outside of Ninja. Ninja ran twice, but the collabs are kind of over with no certainty of how they're going to come back at all. They're not available in shards, and like the Turtles. The Turtles was last year, and everybody that didn't get the Turtles really wants the Turtles. But you know what? Unless they have a contract so that they can bring the Turtles back, it's over. And Ninja's one of those characters. Ninja is not available. On my personal account, I do not have Ninja, and I want Ninja oh so badly. And I think this is a real gem to have Ninja in one's account. So therefore, keep going. Absolutely keep going. The next thing is when you do take him up to 60, I think it's important to get the masteries done. And the general suggestion is to save up gems and save up the gems and spend the 800 gems to fulfill the masteries and do that on one champion. The typical way of getting masteries is through Minotaur, but on one champion, I think it's good to do your very first champion to get that out of the way. And then from there, focus on the mine and upgrading the mine. The next thing I want to talk about is one of the things I noticed right away is that they're hitting at 2659 out of 121. They're not accruing any energy, which is fine. If you want to stockpile it for an event or fusion, that's a quite common strategy. But at early game, there is a downside to doing that. By having this amount capped out, you're basically not using 480 energy a day. So if you get that number under 120, you're going to be accruing 1 energy every 3 minutes. And then there's some other ways of getting energy for free by gameplay. And in general, on any given day, one can get about 800 to 1,000 energy just by playing and doing normal daily activities. Now, where do you focus your interest and your time when you start playing a game? There's a couple different places. We're going to start off with quests. The daily quest is going to be an excellent way of moving your account forward. And then if you feel like more spicy and you want to get more done, definitely go for the advanced quests. In general, I'm going to say that the Arbiter missions, I'm going to get out of the way because I clicked it and I was hiding behind it. But the missions tab right here is going to be the tutorial. The Arbiter missions is going to be the tutorial through Raid Shadow Legends. At the end of the tutorial, you're going to get an amazing arena legendary champion, Arbiter, who is the Pikachu of Raid Shadow Legends, let's say. It's kind of like the mascot character. She has a team revive. She gives a speed leave in arena. She gets terminated. She does a bunch of crazy stuff. She's a very good legendary character that I used quite often for a long time. Still use him inside of Tag Arena and Live Arena from time to time. So that is going to be the tutorial. Focus here on the Arbiter missions. Like right now, it's suggesting for him to do 500 damage in Demon Lord. Now, one of the more important missions and kind of annoying missions is going to be going and playing in arena. And when you play in arena, you're going to upgrade this Great Hall. And there's a couple things I want to talk about in arena. Is that this Great Hall is going to give bonuses, and these bonuses are going to apply in all places of the game. there definitely is an order, which I think is going to be the most efficient. And then I'm going to switch to the other side of the screen, is that you're going to get bonuses in all areas of the game, depending on where you fall in Classic Arena. You start off right here. He's in Bronze 4, giving him 4% HP attack defense everywhere in the game. And I think the general idea is where he should be pretty soon is going to be in Gold 1 with a 14% HP attack defense in everywhere in the game. That's everywhere. And I believe the final destination for a large percentage of players is going to be in Gold 5 at 22%. For the Super Elite, you can have and try Platinum. Good luck with that. So what's going to happen is that as you play in Arena, you're going to accrue these medals, and that's why you want to move up as high as possible, because the later stages of the Arbiter become really annoying and they make you advance to the higher parts of the affinity. Now, I just want to give some suggestions. The general suggestion is to start off an attack, and I got to read some excellent suggestions from the comment section here when I was streaming this on Twitch and YouTube. This is we all start at one point, enjoy the process. And then Cheap Vodka said, accuracy, resistance, and crit damage are the best three. I agree. After that, HP, defense, then attack. I agree. And then Jamie said, I did accuracy, crit damage, then resistance. And I feel like these are very good general suggestions. And I'm going to mark on the screen, generally what I hear is to be the first place to start is accuracy. Almost everybody suggests that accuracy is going to be the most part in this clan hall. And then there's a debate on which is better between crit damage and resistance, but everybody generally agrees that those are the next best. So I'm just going to put a 2 over those. Then over here, we've got HP, attack, and defense. And then sometimes there's a debate on which is better, HP or defense. You can most certainly have that debate. There's a lot of points and counterpoints to that, but I'm just going to put a 3 on those two as being of similar importance. And then the last one's going to be attack. Now, one of the things that's kind of sad is that as you go through some of the missions, they incentivize you and kind of encourage you to do attack. But I'm going to suggest to you that that's probably the least useful, being that HP and defense-based champions get 0 value out of attack. None. No value out of attack. Where if you are an attack-based champion, you still get value from HP and defense. Think about that for a minute. There's a smaller number of characters that get value from attack than the other stats that are here on the screen. Just keep that in mind. And in general, this is a good guideline on what to upgrade quickly. And then the thing is that you want to move forward in this, and then the Arbiter missions are going to be largely roadblocked by playing inside of Clan Hall and Arena. From there, there's so many different ways to enjoy Raid Shadow Legends. But my suggestion is, if you're getting started, is to start off with a good promo code. This is a good one right here on the screen. And just focus on the Arbiter missions. There's so many things to learn, so many different ways of enjoying this game. And it can be overwhelming. And I think that the Arbiter missions will onboard you to the general process and gameplay, how to do gear and things like that. Get a 60 up and running as quickly as possible. Do his masteries. Push through the campaign, push forward in Arena, and push through the Arbiter missions. And enjoy your journey here at Raid Shadow Legends. Bye for now. They probably should update the starter champs to a choice between Legos. I don't disagree with that. All right, sir. Pew, pew, pew. Is that Shroud or is that Dacier? Is that Shroud? All right, yeah, no worries. Is that Shroud or yeah, that's Shroud. All right, let me shoot that off. How many more of these do I want to do? See, I'm going on vacation, so I want to get as many of these as done as possible. I know I get it, Cheap Drop Guy. I get it. Actually, I don't I was talking about like people are talking about, oh, I don't think you're gonna like reviewing my accounts. Like, man, if you're getting started in this game and you want to enjoy it a little bit more, that's the person I want to talk to. The people I don't want to talk to are people that got a like, 900 million account and it's like everything's perfect and they just want to show it off. It's like, that's cool. That's cool. I don't mind doing that. But like you got the game down. You could show me how to play the game. And you might be in that category yourself. The cheap always sound like you know what you're doing. And I believe you do. There's some people that show up with these like, they bought an account and they don't know what they're doing. I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't feel like that was not my experience in playing Raid Shadow Legends. And then the other one is like, where activity is like, oh man, you haven't even played 10 attacks in arena this week. Probably should have 100 or so, maybe 200. It's like, well, you just got to play the game more. That's my only suggestion is play the game more, a lot more. I'll be real busy. Well, okay. Let's redo it. Let's look at it in a month from now. Let's see how it goes. But anybody that's starting off their journey in Raid, or, the idea is like, two eyes are better than one. Maybe I could get something, or maybe there's one little thing. Who knows, right? Oof, 52 million. Holy moly. Oh, yeah, you're running two accounts, 52 and 40. Yeah, I've only been playing for not even 2 years. I'm not even at 20 million. I'm at like 19 million or something like that. I feel like I learn something every single day. I learn more from this. Oh my God, I learned so much from this. All right. I feel like my head is going to explode. How many do I got pending? Yeah, I've been streaming for like 7 hours. I'm spent. Because I'm old. I'm old. What do I want to do? Yeah, I need to take a brain break. My brain is fried. I'll be back tomorrow and Tuesday, and then I'm going to be on vacation for about a week, and I'll be posting videos all that week, but I won't be streaming much. I might stream. We're going to be traveling for 2 of the days, visit my mom, visit a part of California and northern Nevada we've never been to. But once we get to her parents' house in Monterey, Central Coast, California, then I might stream there. And then we'll be there for a while. And we'll be back probably a week from tomorrow. But I'll be out. But I'll be like, I don't know if I'll stream. Depends. RBVG, that's monstrous. 16-second Sand Devil, was it like a Marius, Wallmaster, Newt team or something? I've got my Minotaur down that. Oh, I just was like, if it was like a Wallmaster, Marius, Newt ×3 team or something like that. Sephi, Rio, 3 Newts. Oh, well, get fucked. Holy shit. Yeah, Rio boosts the team. Sifty, Rio gives them all the buffs, and Siffy gives them the turn meter to explode them real fast. Oh my God. Triple Newt, yeah. I've decided that my first token character is going to be Newt. All right, I'm going to call it. Thank you all for being here. Oh, Sephi sleeps, Rio debuffs. There you go. Main account doesn't have Newt. I'm gonna get. I think that's gonna be my first token. I've got pretty much everything I need that are out of the fusions. I think I could use Newt, and if I already had a Newt, I could use a second Newt. I feel like everybody could use more Newts, right? Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm good for the day. All right, bye for now.